Howdy, howdy. Welcome to another week as I bring you through everything that's going on in my small 3D print shop for my Etsy store. Looking at my videos, I realize I haven't actually done a formal introduction. So, my name's Ryan. I am the primary individual who does the 3D printing. But my wife also helps as well. She does a lot of the listings and stuff of that nature. She also helps find some new designs. And so I'm here. If you guys ever have any questions for anything related to 3D printing, things I've shown, colors I use, or anything of that nature, feel free to hit me up in the comments and let me know any questions that you might have. Well, it's already Wednesday, and I've already been pretty busy just preparing. We actually do have a small farmer's market that we're going to be starting this Saturday. So it's actually a weekly farmer's market all the way through the fall. We're not sure if we're going to do it every week, but we're going to try it out this week. Now, I know that I'm overkill for just a farmer's market, so we've got a lot of stuff that we've been working through, but I figure we're going to be having some festivals after the summer, so I'm just working on my inventory and kind of building it up from there. I also, as you may have seen, this is going to be for when I'm at the craft fairs, as well as for me to organize. I printed a HueForge organizer holder. It supports up to 10 of the organizers, and so far it's really nice, actually. So I do need to work on getting a few more HueForges printed. I do not know if I will have time before Saturday, but we will see. As far as the prints, we're actually almost where I'm looking at for preparation for this festival. Now, that's also been because we've been busy just overprinting from the Lancaster sale that we had. But yeah, so right now I am printing a batch of the mini articulating pandas. These, I print 24 of them to a plate. It's pretty cheap to print. Takes about, I think 14 hours or so. I kind of only charge $1 for them. I have heard that that's a little too low, but it's been really great at getting people, when I'm at the festivals or fairs, to come to the shop. They'll look at just one of those items and then they'll end up leaving with something else. So that's kind of what's worked out for me. So that's currently what I have of the pandas. I'm just going to fill that bag and that'll be it. Past that, all I've got to do is fill up some more elephants and then just some little capybaras and dogs right here, and then I'll be fully prepped. So one thing that you will notice is I do have a bunch of items that are right here up at the front. I did score a few great items I think will be great for the Etsy store. I am going to bring them as well to the festival, but I'm not expecting it. I'm going to actually start posting them on our Etsy store just whenever I have some time or when my wife's able to. This one right here was one that I really liked. It's kind of just a little snack container. You put some magnets in it, and there we go. Now, I haven't dealt too much with magnets just because it's tricky getting the glue to fit in it right, while also making sure that I have the polarity right. So I have been printing, and I haven't really done it, I haven't tested it yet, but I have been printing these little magnet dispensers. So this will actually, see if I can get that to focus. There we go. It will actually dispense what I need to, and then you just kind of pop it off. And I have 2 of them, just that way I keep the polarity correct for them. And so we'll see how that goes. If anyone who's watching has dealt with the magnets and has any recommendation for easy ways to dispense them into the prints, I would greatly appreciate any feedback. I did figure out that this gloop, which is great for adhering 3D prints. However, at least the size bottle I got, the brush is so large, it's not practical for the magnets. So I did end up picking up some Gorilla Glue to be able to glue it, and that works for the most part. Oh, speaking of the gloop, someone who I can't remember offhand who it was, but one of you recommended this glue for sticking parts together, and I'll say it took a long time for me to get it, because between them being out of stock, and then by the time I ordered it, I think it took like 2.5 weeks for me to actually get the product. But that glue's great. I will say I had done it to re-adhere this. This is actually a custom piece that I printed for my D&D group. Ignore the warping, that's because I left it out in the sun. But yeah, it's held really good ever since I've adhered it, and I'm loving it. But sorry, got distracted. Back to the other products. So we do have this one right here. This is kind of going to be a pencil organizer, a pen, pencil, tool organizer. It's actually in the shape of a D20 for D&D, which, as you can see, I'm a pretty big fan of it. So I think it'll be a pretty good hit. This one right here is a mug that you can put a soda bottle, beer bottle, soda can, beer can in it, and it kind of supports it really well. If I had one, I'd show you, but I don't. This one right here is a lion by the same creator. If I remember who that creator is, I know I've got it listed somewhere. I'll see if I can put it in the description of this video. Both of them, they're great. I brought them to Father's Day for my father, and we all enjoyed them, all had a great time with them. I also had a red, white, and blue one because my dad's really big on the American flag stuff, and it was a big hit. So this is the final one. So there's going to be some new items we're going to be posting. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to be selling them at. They're pretty simple print. Yeah, that was a pretty simple print. I didn't have any issues. There was some supports that were needed, but it's straightforward to remove. The other one are these. These are some little trinket dishes. Now, this actually did give me an issue, as you can see right here, where my supports broke off about midway through. I don't really have issues with the supports that often, so I'm treating it as like a one-off. But that's one, and then we printed it in black as well. That's kind of how it's supposed to look, as you can see, which I still have some cleaning up I need to do for it. And yeah, so that's everything. I'll try to do a bit better about bringing you guys through the shop each day, kind of what I'm printing. Oh, yeah, so I did go through what I'm printing here, which is the minis. But also right here, this is the Cinderwing Cowboy crabs. I had already printed a straight one, which looks like I'm having an issue here with one of the legs, so I might need to go ahead and do a skip for that one. Okay, I know how to do it on the app, but I don't know how to do it on the actual device, just to have that stop printing it while it's failed. But yeah, so this is a great item. My daughter loved it. I had just one in a matte filament that she actually took to the beach with us, and she had a blast playing with it. So I'm printing some slightly smaller versions I'm going to be offering on my shop. And yeah, that's everything for now. I'm going to try to take you guys through it a little bit more. And then, of course, at the end of the week after the farmer's market, I'll let you guys know how that went. I'm not expecting too much from the farmer's market because a lot less people. It's only going to be like 4 hours, I think. 5 hours. It's going to be 5 hours. So I'm not expecting as much there. But you know what? During the summer, it's a little dry in some of these festivals and on my Etsy shop. So I will go ahead and you know, just take what I can get, you know, get a little bit of extra money for the business, money for spending and whatnot. Oh, and one last thing, I've got to say, this filament, this color right here, beautiful color. It's from Zyro. It's probably one of my favorite brands right now for PLA. They're a little bit pricier, probably about, not overly priced, but you can find some cheaper models out there. So it's between 25 and 35, depending upon what you're looking for, what colors and whatnot. And this particular one is, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, Rosy Cloud. Beautiful filament. It does, the roll doesn't do it justice, but it actually kind of rolls on it as it goes, so it almost gives off a rainbow-esque filament, but it's really great for individual prints and dragons and whatnot. Very impressed, very, very happy with it. But, alright, so that's all for this video so far. I'll touch base with you tomorrow. Good morning, it's Thursday. Let's take a look at what finished printing overnight. Looks like the crab cowboys finished. They look really good. I actually have a version of this where it's just in a matte single color, which doesn't look bad at all. I think it's a pretty good design. The only thing is, because of how the colors are, and with how I like to print it, I think I'm gonna have to sell it at a higher than I would normally pay for it. We're probably gonna be looking at about 10 on the minimum to $12 just for one of them. We'll see. I'm gonna run the numbers. The reason I have this egg here was as a purge object, just because the way the colors worked, I couldn't use infinity cubes that I normally do for my purge object, so I opted with an egg since I'll be able to sell those. Over here, I just have a rose dragon printed in a magenta matte that just finished. Just building up some stock for this farmer's market we're going to be doing. And the final thing is we do have some rainbow tiny T-Rexes that are printing. This is actually for an order we got. It's a small order. They just ordered just the T-Rex. Unfortunately, though, I didn't have it in a rainbow color. So I am printing a batch of them because it's more cost effective to fill the plate, and I'll just attempt to sell them, which I think the color looks good, so it'll probably sell, versus actually just printing one of them for an order. But yeah, that. So I figured I'd pop this up real quick, just show them. Getting about, I think 90%, okay, 86% for these mini elephants that I've been printing all day. And I keep having this issue. I do not know what's going on. It's where this is separating from this space. And in order for me to fix it, I have to first, I don't know if I can do this one-handed. I have to first unwind this and then connect this, but it keeps popping out when there's a color change. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm gonna probably, after this print, try to figure out what's going on, but yeah, if anyone has experienced this is like the third time this has happened. Last time I finally got it fixed. But if anyone's run into this issue, I'd appreciate any feedback on it. All right, it's Friday. It's the day before the fair, so just finishing up some last minute prints before I pack up both these totes full of stuff. This one's mostly got the eggs plus some essentials for our table, whereas this one has most of our product in it. So the issue that I was having with the cows, where it was disconnecting here that I'd shown earlier, I'm thinking that the issue is somewhere in the tool head. So as you can see, I have disassembled it. It wasn't too difficult, just these two screws here for the sensor, and then I just had to separate by sticking a flathead underneath those, and from there I was able to separate it. I haven't seen anything evident for it, but from what I've seen on Reddit as well as on Bambu forums, it's probably some kind of a clog in here. I didn't see anything, so what I ended up doing is I disassembled it. I've run some filament through it several times. I've sprayed it with isopropyl alcohol just to make sure it's all clean. And one other thing that I did notice, and I did go ahead and clip, is I noticed on my PTFE tubes, which I've already clipped them, right about here where my finger was on all the tubes in the part that connected there, it kind of had a really bad crimp. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be that way, if that's just from over time with the metal rings just piercing into it. But I went ahead and just took some snips and just snipped off the end. We'll see. I didn't quite have time to work on it last night, so I'm just trying to get it up now to try to get at least one more print off before the farmer's market tomorrow. But we'll see. I'll let you guys know if that ends up taking care of the issue. And if I don't talk to you guys later today, I'll give you a heads up after the farmer's market to see how we did. All right, it's the end of the week. It's Sunday. I didn't end up putting anything on the video yesterday while we were at the farmer's market, just because I was busy getting things set up and I had my children with me, and yeah. But we got back from the farmer's market. It was kind of what I was expecting. I was hoping for a little bit more in sales. We ended up not selling too much. We sold a few dragons. We sold an egg, a build-an egg, a bunch of the minis, the miniature item, like the little mini things. We did sell a Hue Forge, just kind of a few things here and there. Had about half of our transactions were card, and about half of our or a little over half of our transactions were in cash. So overall at the fair, we did about $210. It was only $10 for that particular event because it's a farmer's market. So I ended up making about $200. It's not too bad. I'm used to the craft fairs, or sorry, the actual festivals where I'm, staying there for the whole day and making, over $1,000. But this is still pretty good during the summer because I'm not really seeing any festivals. And one thing that did come of it is I did pass out my business card information to several individuals and discuss some potential custom order options that someone or that people inquired about. One of which was an interesting one I wouldn't have thought of. For his business, he was wanting to see if I could print several QR codes onto items, which, because I actually had, I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it. Oh yeah, I do, right here. Hang on. I have some of these that were out here just to advertise, and he saw it and he really liked it. He wants to see if I can print the QRs. I don't know how it's going to be. He's going to be messaging me on Etsy with what he's looking for, but yeah. So hopefully something will pop up with that, because I'm assuming it's more than just one QR code based on how he was talking, so that might turn into something. Past that, other sales that we got, it was a slow week for Etsy, and I think that may have something to do with the fact that I was gone last week, so I didn't really, or the following week, so I didn't really advertise as much or update as much items on it. But we ended up having 4 orders and about $60. So it was just a cat dragon, a small one right here. We did an axolotl dragon, another cat dragon, and then I think one of the T-Rexes in the rainbow color. Actually, that's where I printed these. I actually printed another batch because we didn't have any more at the craft fair. I didn't have many of them, or at the farmer's market, let me say it that way. So I am going to actually be going to the farmer's market next week as well. It does have an open invitation where it's $10 per week, so I might do that when I don't have any free time, even just to advertise. It's done by 12:30, so it's just the morning. So that's not too bad, I guess, thinking about it there. Now, one thing of note, I did see, so this these cat dragons that I do sell, I sell them for, I think, about $11 on my Etsy store. I think it's right off the top of my head, 10 or $11 on my Etsy store. They're actually the Cinderwing dragons. The cat dragons are my most popular ones that I sell, and I sell them in 3 different sizes: the small, the medium, and a large, which I don't have a large one available right now. The small one, I've sold several of them, and they're about $10. I think the medium ones I do for about 15-ish. When they're in a single color. If they're multicolor, it goes up from there. But this was actually for one of the orders I had last week, and the person received it, and they had it for just a day when their daughter was playing with it and apparently broke it. So I'm actually reprinting it just because she had left a 5-star positive review, which was great, but she pointed out the fact that it broke, so I wanted to take care of them. So I actually printed this one, which is I'm going ahead and moving it up to the medium size for her, just that way it's a little bit thicker. And I did increase the infill from, I normally do about a 20% infill here, just to 50%, just to make sure. I'm not quite sure how it was broken. My kids have played with them quite a bit, and the only points of contention I've found with any of this stuff is if you pull it too much, it'll break. And other than that, it'll go in almost every direction, or if you bend it too much this way, it breaks. So I'm not sure what happened, but I'm going to make sure I get her taken care of. Past that, I am actually printing some new items. I am currently printing a barn owl. This one will actually flex and pose. Sorry, I'm all over the place. So as you can see, I do have this bag up and running. What I ended up doing was swapping this, I forget what it's called. It's the tool head, the print head, if you will, that all these connect to. I swapped it with my A1, because my A1, I only use one for it. And I think the issue had to do with whenever it was changing the colors, it was popping the whole thing out. I'm not sure. I did order a replacement and actually just got it in just a few minutes ago, which is very fast. It's the first time I've ordered from Bambu and gotten it within just a couple days, so I'm rather surprised by that. So yeah, so far it's been working fine. I have been having still some sticking occurring from this side of the AMS, and I'm kind of doing some testing. That's why you'll see I have this AMS pyramid that I use to test. It just runs all 4 colors. It's almost like a Benchy, but just for the AMS. It just takes about 20 minutes to run. So I'm testing with that, so we'll see, but hopefully things are looking good. And as you can see, I went ahead and got some more filament in. With my Bambu order that I did, I figured I would go ahead and order. I got 6 filaments from there, because I think if you get 6 of them, it's only like $12 per roll, or $11 per roll, something like that. So I went ahead and did that. As you can see, I got it in just to stock up on the primary colors that I have. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. I am gonna end up probably doing this farmer's market here and there. I know next week I am. Past that, I probably won't, because it'll be the 4th of July after that. And then, yeah, I'm not sure, but I'll at least do it for next week, and then if so, because I think it runs all the way through November. So I might do it when I'm not doing other stuff. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, so next week I'm going to actually just be focusing on my new multicolored printers, on just doing new options for us, like these owls that I'm doing and such. So we'll see how it works out. Oh, and there's a chance next week. So if you actually look at my YouTube channel, I actually have a Facebook page that my wife mostly runs. We might be doing a Facebook Live to where we're going to be selling some stuff there. Feel free to take a look at it. I'll actually probably put a post on my YouTube community page once I know. We might be doing that. We're thinking Tuesday or Thursday night, just to try to generate some sales and interest for Facebook Live. Or through Facebook. But yeah, so that's it for the video. I know it's kind of been all over the place for this video, but I appreciate you guys watching as always. And if you have any questions, please leave me a comment. I'm an open book for anything. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.